Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode. I am Michael Petro, and joining me on the show are cast members, debaters, comedians extraordinaire, Jimmy Skinner and Martin Navarro. And we are welcoming the hosts of one of our favorite Instagram shows, Eversnack, featuring the morning radio host on Now Country, QX 107.4. The infamous Stephen Richard and his partner, Shayna Sabbath, join us on the show. And to keep with their channel of reviewing snacks and eating snacks and telling the world without having to take the calories in ourselves, what snacks are good and what snacks are bad, we thought, let's bring them on and see if they can play the game. So in true fashion, we decided what movie, character, franchise, or ensemble cast should have a theme tied into the movie snacks, and into snacks in general. But how would your movie tie into said snack? What's its marketing plan? What's it taste like? Is it gluten-free? Is it really bad for you? Is it a health food? What kind of snack is it? And as always, we will sit around and give each other shit for no other reason than to have a good laugh and hopefully entertain you good people. So that's what's on the show. If you've done this dance with us before, feel free to continue on and listen to the sound of my deep voice. But if you don't feel like it, feel free to skip. Head on into the metaphorical movie theater because it's the only one we have right now, and start listening to the show. For new people, though, if you've pressed play for the first time, thank you so much, first of all. That means you took a chance, and we appreciate that. So if you want to know more about us, therealdebaters.ca is where you can do so. That's cast bios, where to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast player, some of our blogs. What else is there? The prop shop is there if you want to support the show. The two easiest ways to do so are to either shop our merch or throw some pocket change at us. There's two tabs there. You can either buy some cool stuff with our logo on it, or you can just throw $1 or $2 at us, from underneath the depths of your car seat. And that goes into production costs and makes the show better, and then we get to blame you for being better, and everybody wins. So everything can be found at therealdebaters.ca. Therealdebaters@gmail.com is how you can email the staff, hosts, anybody here that will listen to you. My mom might respond if you ask nicely. But if you want to submit an idea for a show or, let us know what you thought of a show, therealdebaters@gmail.com. And follow us online at Real Debaters, Real Debaters on Facebook, at Real Debaters on Twitter and Instagram. All the spelling is REEL to make it easy and legit. We're doing video now, guys. If you head to our Reels tab on our Instagram feed, you can also see them on our Facebook as well too. We're doing some real quicks, 5 minutes or less of an interview, something we've watched that week. We can't gather yet. Like I've mentioned in the past, this was the easiest way to show us to you and engage with you. So check that out. We've also started a TikTok page. Me and Mark are going to have some fun with that. Being relatively older than I thought I was when it comes to TikTok, I had to take a minute to figure that shit out. So, but yeah, we'll have some fun there. So you'll see us. You can listen to us. All things Real Debaters. Realdebaters.ca. Ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing. Oh, I have one more thing. The thank yous. The why we're here's. The reasons why we do this. Let's start in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our top 10 list of everybody who tunes into the show, and we see that they might be talking about us because there's spikes in those areas. So we like to thank the top 10 places that do some heavy lifting and support the show that way as well, too. So in Canada, we'll go with Winnipeg, Nanaimo, Toronto, our friends in Niverville, Manitoba, howdy, and followed up by Richmond, BC. Moving south of the border, we get into our favorite state, California, San Jose, Cedar Grove, Ashburn, Southington, and Boardman rounding out the top 10. Whoever listens to this, we love it. But like I said, these are the places that are doing some heavy lifting and talking about us at work or giving us shit or what have you. Whatever's happening, people are listening, and that is the whole point of this. So thank you very much to everybody. I have nothing else for you, so I will cue the reel, and you enjoy the show.
Let's tidy up this tangle of film by putting it on a reel. Here is a motion picture film, 1,000 feet, 16,000 separate photographs.
Welcome, everyone, to the official space section of the chart.
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Sir, you're out of order. Out of order. I show you out of order.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Real Debaters production. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for pressing play. I know I keep saying that in the intro, but you were scrolling through a bunch of fucking podcasts, and then you were like, let's press play on these guys and give them a chance. And you're in for a good show today. Excuse me. This is what I get when I drink Diet Root Beer before an intro. Hyundai.
What an absolute treat a Diet Root Beer is, though.
Oh,
huh?
yes, we're
Oh.
big fans.
Good Lord, is it
What
ever?
a delight.
It's
I've never had it.
no.
No.
It's the one diet drink that still tastes like the
Like root beer?
actual root beer. Yeah, like
Yeah, it tastes like the original. Like
With
if
less sugar.
you drink a Dr. Pepper and a Diet Dr. Pepper back to back, different world.
totally
Oh wow.
night and day.
Yeah.
Diet root beer is like that's root beer.
I'm a Barks man myself.
Do you
Johnny,
have Diet Barks?
Oh, yeah.
Go home.
You
No
don't like
one's
Barks?
a bark man.
Yes, at
No,
home.
in
Look
a
it up.
world where A&W root beer exists.
One second, please.
oh, where are you taking?
I think now,
I just
if
mean
we all know,
home to Jesus.
Barks has Bite, and I don't know of any other soft drinks that actually have Bite quite like
Oh my God.
Barks. This hat's older than I am.
You happen to work for Barks?
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
Is this a, yeah, okay.
He's a Barksman.
I'm a Barksman. Yeah,
You're
I
a
don't-
Barks.
that's true.
I always knew he had bite. I just didn't know it came in the form of root beer. So that's nice.
Comes in hat
Oh.
forms.
See, what it is Barks bites.
Oh,
It sucks.
Oh, I like Dad's root beer. Dad's root beer is good. That's my root
That's
beer.
good. You can't
That's
go
some good
wrong
shit.
with Dad's. It's just,
No man.
it's
yeah.
not as widely available.
Costco.
Sorry, did we step on your intro?
Oh, I stepped on it by drinking root beer. So who fucking cares at this point? But anyways,
Like it.
I like the bring back, Steph, and I like the bring back. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to debate for you something fun, something tasty, something that everybody enjoys, something in the impulse lane, something at the snack counter. We are debating snacks. We have special guests from a Instagram show called Eversnack, Shayna and Stefan.
Yes.
Hello.
Go back to back.
Hello, Michael.
That's the best fucking video intro I think we could possibly ask. Didn't ask for
You're
it.
welcome.
Hello.
Stefan's a genius with this stuff.
Well, he used to wrestle. He knows how to
Yeah, pro wrestling. He's a showman, man.
like
yeah.
that's what you want in just not in a podcast guest, but in a man as well. So
You know, man as well.
Yeah, we've already procreated. There's no going back.
we're anchored.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for answering my email. That was very solid of you, Stefan.
Hey, absolute.
I watch you guys all the time because me and Shauna, whenever we're sitting around the house and she looks at me and I look at her and I'm like, you want some snacks? And that's how we say it. We literally refer to it as snacks.
Snacks.
And snacks is like could be a meal. Snacks could be just a nosh. Could be a lot of things. But you guys do all of the fun stuff we don't allow in the house. So I live vicariously through your channel.
What are your snacks then? Carrots?
You kind of, yeah. I mean, they don't always come in the dirtiest form. If she's not around, I'm 100% a dirty eater. Like down.
We are 100%.
I'm a gas station sandwich guy.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You know, so I have no shame.
Get that egg salad from the gas station.
Yeah.
No, not even.
And then make a little egg salad of your own.
Right?
Ew.
Oh. That was laced in euphemisms. So, anyways, yes. So, thank you for coming on and letting us cater to a show that we know. At first, I was like, we should do Harry Potter, and then I was like, fuck, what are you thinking, you dipshit? Do snacks. So that's what this whole theme is about this week. But
I do Harry Potter once.
When you sent that it was Harry Potter, I said, Stefan, we need to consult with your son on this because, like, we know nothing. So, he's got a 10-year-old boy who I'm sure would have been able to.
He's read all the books,
educate us. But
Seen all the movies.
oh Jesus, we want him. Get him. Give him money.
yeah, we'll see if he's booked.
Yeah.
He's too
Yeah.
shy. I don't think he would do it.
You know what? I will make allowances for shyness just to make up for more education on Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So if we just talk to him about it, that'd be super fun. But like I said, in true fashion, how we do the show here is we like to talk about what you watched each week to kind of get a feel of what we're into and why we're watching it and how it makes us feel. So to kick us off, I choose Jimmy. Jimmy, you go first.
Moi, you picked I.
Yeah.
All right. This week I watched the action-packed romp Punisher Warzone which I don't know if it's a direct sequel to the first Thomas Jane Punisher. I don't think it is, because Thomas Jane isn't in this one. It's just, it has that like it was immediately meant for video and it was never going to be shown in any theater ever. And I'm sure it wasn't. But it was fun. And, I'm not ashamed to admit that we ended up having to pay for it because it's not on any streaming service. So we rented it for $5.99. At first, I felt ashamed. And by the end of it, I was thoroughly entertained, Michael. I thought it was a very fun movie starring absolutely nobody anybody cares about and directed by some guy. So it was solid film. On a rating scale, I would rate it better than the new RoboCop movie.
Oh, okay. All
yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go to that after because I'm on the IMDb and IMDb, and so Ray Stevenson is Frank Castle. Dominic.
Don't know who that is.
I've seen Ray Stevenson in some stuff. He always plays like a big guy who kicks the shit out of you. So
he looks like a discount Liev Schreiber.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. You see, I don't know if you can. You all have smart devices. Look it up if you want.
What's his name?
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson. His name is Ray Stevenson. Anybody else get the Fight Club reference?
Yes.
Thank you. Julie Benz. She was Dexter's wife on the Dexter.
I remember her. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wayne Knight from Seinfeld.
Right. That is the only person I recognized.
Wayne Knight.
Oh, Wayne Knight
Dennis
Newman.
Newman. Yeah.
Oh. I thought you said Wayne Newton. I got so excited.
Oh, darling, don't get shame. Okay, so Jimmy, first question: does it do like it's Marvel Punisher, right? So, but like, does it get the Marvel Studios treatment?
Oh no! Like this is like it's given the hard R for sure, and before a point where they were just letting things like Deadpool and movies do that now, but. Yeah, this isn't something that I don't think Marvel would want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
Yeah, and I mean, it's 2008, so it's right around, I guess, the time when people started buying rights to this shit. The premise is Frank Castle, known as the Punisher, ruthlessly demolishes organized crime, but it starts an even bigger war. So, Warzone, is he familyless, or does he have a family in this, and then it starts? Is it like a reboot?
He is indeed familyless. Yes, they don't really touch on it much. He's just kind of in a park, and his family's dead around him, and it's all very weird and not touched on at all. And the stakes feel very low for how much killing is going on.
What are the stakes?
That's the thing. I don't know. They just keep talking about large sums of money, but with no actual, like, I don't know if they're trafficking drugs or guns. It's never really talked about. They're just like, it'll take $10 million, and I'm fine with that. That's an okay amount of money. But Punisher seems to think it's worth killing all these people for, but they didn't even, I don't know. I guess they're organized crime bosses, but you don't even see them do anything bad. So it kind of just feels like, wow, a lot of people are dying for no reason. It's entertaining. It is. I like it.
Was it worth your $5.99?
Yes.
You guys remember the episode of The Simpsons where Homer goes to clown college?
Yeah.
And then at the end, the mob boss is like, the money. And he's like, $48.
That's what it
and
felt
the
like.
whole thing is over $48. And he gives him change of his 50.
That's what it felt like. That's really what it felt like.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
So it's good film. Fun to watch. I don't know. Don't pay for it.
Who'd you watch it with again?
Oh, just roommates and friends.
Okay, all right. So how did the other people review it? Did they give you a?
Oh, the same way. We're all very ashamed, but I feel like if I at least tell people about it, then maybe I can put that shame onto others.
Okay,
That's really considerate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Martin,
I'm gonna pass, Jimmy. I'm passing on that one.
Did you seek it out intentionally? Like you proactively went looking for that movie?
Well, I listened to a podcast called Wizard and the Bruiser, and they just go into the history of nerd things, and they were talking about Punisher, and they said Punisher Warzone is a really stupid movie. So I thought, you know what, that sounds worth my time, and it wasn't.
Did you get baked before you did it?
Oh, I get baked before almost anything.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And I'll say it helped. I don't think it could have. I don't. I think it's fairly rated.
What would it get rated?
Oh, not good.
I got the number. 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb out of 60,586 votes.
That's
thought
not
you were gonna
bad. That's still a
say-
passing grade.
Yes, I mean,
It is.
Yeah, that's like my high school grades for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe even less.
there is, I'm just gonna put some of these shots in there's Colin Salmon, I think is his name. Yeah, Colin Salmon. He was in Resident Evil in the first one. He's the guy who gets the laser, puts him into cubes. Do you guys remember that?
Oh yeah, that dude. I don't remember his face, but I remember that laser scene.
Yeah, okay. He's been in a lot of. He's kind of making a name for himself. I mean, Wayne Knight, obviously, we know that. I liked Julie Benz. I mean, this on paper, this has me, but after listening to Jimmy, I just want to flush it.
When did this come out?
Flush it.
2008. So it's, I think, the same year as Iron Man 1.
Oh, well, yeah.
So maybe it is part of the Marvel universe.
Okay,
Adjacent.
It's Marvel adjacent, like Howard the Duck.
Like Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck is
Marvel
a
straight to
motion
DVD
picture.
universe.
I'm familiar with Howard.
Oh.
It was a big motion picture when I was a youth.
two Utes in the corner there. Okay, so, in true show fashion, sir, where would you watch this? How would you watch this if you didn't watch it this way?
You know, Michael, I think in the future, when we're all very, very lucky, there are going to be porta potties with TVs built into them.
Yeah, that sounds lucky.
And that is where I would watch Punisher Warzone.
Okay. It would influence you to get out of the porta potty because you're like, I don't want to sit in there too long.
Oh, the smells alone in those things in a hot summer day.
Yeah.
It's fun because Punisher Warzone actually makes the porta potty smell worse.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the stank comes off the screen.
Your body secretes an oil.
A
Like,
myth.
I'm really confused by your review. I don't know if I should watch it or.
Buyer beware, I guess.
Yeah,
Buyer
yeah.
beware. Okay, fair enough. I feel so much more of a relief now that I know I don't have to watch Punisher Warzone because it's been haunting me. So I can
Oh,
now.
wow.
No, it's not.
That's been haunting you? That is what haunts you at night, watching Punisher Warzone? That's where you draw the line in the sand, Punisher
We're in the
Warzone.
middle of a pandemic, Michael.
Oh, funny. Martin, sir, what'd you watch?
I watched The Last Blockbuster on Netflix. It's a documentary, pretty much self-explanatory. I enjoyed it because I grew up in that time. And if you did grow up in that time, you remember going to Blockbuster on like a Friday night, picking out a movie, walking around, not knowing what you want to pick. And, you know, if you're with your girlfriend or significant other, you're like, well, what are we going to watch? We have to both agree on something. Or do we each pick one movie and, you know, watch both? But, you know, going through that whole thing and it's a pretty good documentary. The Last Blockbuster is in Bend, Oregon. It's still around. They interview some celebrities, like Kevin Smith is the biggest, I think, celebrity that's in it. They have Brian Posehn and Ron Funches, a few other people. But yeah, if you grew up in that time, I think the nostalgia factor alone is worth the watch. And then you get a bit more insight of how, like, really why Blockbuster closed and why they didn't choose to buy out Netflix. Because if they did buy out Netflix, it could have easily been Blockbuster instead of Netflix that we see, right? So
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
do they touch on that, Martin?
yeah, they do. And I won't spoil it, so just watch the documentary if you want to of the reason why. So yeah.
Did they turn that one? Did they touch on the fact that they turned that one into like a bed and breakfast kind of Airbnb type thing?
So the one in Bend, Oregon is more, it's because it's the last one, right? So it's more run like a mom and pop video store. Like, you remember those old ones with like the corner store mom and pop ones?
Oh, yeah.
There's like VHS in the corner.
Yeah, and then the beaded no, there's no beaded rooms in this Blockbuster still, but
Like where Jimmy rented Punisher.
yeah. It's
That
the
is
same amount of
accurate.
it's the same amount of shame walking out with that video than you would with another video in that room. But yeah, it's it's run by the same lady who's been running it for the last few years, and like all her kids work there, so it's very, family run, and all the neighborhood kids know her. Like every person who grew up in Bend pretty much ends up working at this Blockbuster. So she knows like everyone who walks in there and has a first name basis. And it's weird, they still have the exact same operating system, that DOS-based operating system for membership that they use. They
Cool.
never updated it. So
Oh, that's crazy. Where did you watch it?
it's on
I wanna watch
Netflix.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Is that irony? That it's on Netflix? Is that what irony is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right.
That's cruel. That's a twist of fate for sure.
Yeah. But it's cool. Like it has like they even say like they have a Blockbuster smell, and I'm like, oh, I remember that Blockbuster smell, like plastic and popcorn, kind of.
Does that come in a spray?
Yeah.
I'd buy a scented candle.
Blockbuster scented candle.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
What does it smell like? Popcorn and late fees?
Plastic.
Late
The plastic from the videos.
Oh, I remember hanging on to a block. Like I remember jacking one and like never returning it, and then
Yeah, and then you can never go back though.
Well, that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
Ron Funches did. Ron Funches has a funny story of he knew Blockbuster was going under, so he rented a bunch of PlayStation games and just never returned it.
Never
He was like,
returned
what are you
it.
gonna do? You gonna come after me, son?
oh,
That's very funny.
I remember like my time in Blockbuster, and like I still feel it now, just with too many streaming networks. Like I'm just like, what do I watch? What do I watch? What do I watch? What do I watch? Like you want to make the right decision for your time, and the just standing there and like like just so many possibilities, and then like new release day, right? Like you'd be running in there to like get a copy of your favorite video game, or your what Jurassic Park for the first time on home video, right? Like all like it was the den of tranquility and possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one of those shirts, like the blue and yellow shirts that they have, the staff have. That's what I want. I want to find
Yeah.
one.
I think
I always find it so weird when people have those shirts, like novelty employee shirts, and then they're just like walking down the street, and I'm like pointing at them as they're going by.
Hey, Blockbuster!
Jumbo Video, come back here.
Yeah, you don't belong here.
You must be lost. Yeah.
So, having watched it, did it give you a sense of nostalgia and a throwback? And
Oh yeah, for sure. Just that whole kind of walk down. It's a stroll down memory lane. Like everyone's experienced it. That like I was born in '82, so if you were like an '80s kid, you definitely went to Blockbuster. That was just the thing with your family or with your girlfriend, whatever. Like you went to Blockbuster. That was your thing that you did on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Now, having watched it, where would you watch it again for the first time? What? The porta potty?
No, I watch it. I watch it at home. It's one of those home things that you watch with your own snacks and whatever you want to eat, and then you don't need a really good sound system to watch it. So I wouldn't recommend theater. So I mean, it's just a documentary, right? So watch it at home in the comfort of your PJs, with whatever comfort food you like to eat, and some Dad's root beer or
Wow.
Dad's root
diet
beer.
A&W.
Yeah, none of that diet should make you burp.
Like I get a gust of wind down my throat and I'll burp. Like I'm just
Me too.
Yeah. All the time.
yeah. But having your own podcast, I'm like, there's certain things I'll cut out, but I will not cut out my indigestion.
So like we had a podcast, right? The Thick and Sweaty podcast.
Yeah, you did.
Stefan cut out all of my good stuff. But just like we would eat snacks and stuff on there, right?
Oh, I would just cut out her fucking chewing.
Yeah.
They,
I don't know why you didn't like that as part of the show, babe. Anyways.
yeah, it's like, how do you have a snack podcast without hearing the delicious noises that come from crunch? Like it's part of the enthusiasm of the meal.
Yeah.
There's probably a section of humanity on Reddit that enjoys the chewing sounds.
There probably
It's
is.
like ASMR for sure.
Yeah. Oh.
Definitely perverted stuff.
Yeah.
Perverted stuff.
Next thing
I don't want to point any countries, but I'll just say my country of Japan maybe would be one of them.
Oh.
you guys, I don't know how adventurous you are, but you could open up an OnlyFans of her chewing and you recording it.
We tried to sell my foot pics on the internet, didn't work.
Like it's and like Martin's saying, like his country, they'd buy it.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Yeah. This Dorito.
The internet finds a way.
All right, cool. All right, so I went down memory lane the last couple days. And have you guys ever heard of Flaked on Netflix?
Yeah.
What is it?
So it's Will Arnett written, Will Arnett produced, Will Arnett starring. It's a
I
story.
watched like the first season. It's good.
It's one of those dramedies, right? Your leading character, Will Arnett, is like the unofficial mayor of Venice, and he's a recovering alcoholic. And you go through his like misadventures of him like learning to be a better human and also loving the fact that everybody in Venice thinks he's fucking cool. And then you've got the supporting cast of like his bumbling buddy who's also an alcoholic but also a sommelier, which is funny. And then you've got the girl that they both fall for, and a bunch of like supporting cast members that are all just like Venice people, dude. Like it's just the good. I makes me fucking want to get up, pack my shit up, and live on Venice Beach. Like it's just so
You got $1 million?
right. Yeah, like if I
Well,
did,
probably more than that.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
Jimmy, 10 million. Do you think that's enough?
I was saying $1 million for a cardboard box. That's probably the going rate for that.
Oh yeah, the real estate. Then all those jokes, Martin, are in it. Like how expensive real estate is in Venice.
You could live like not exactly on Venice Beach. Like Shayna's family's from LA, like her dad's family. So like they all live more inland, and I'm sure it's way cheaper there to move inland and not
Inland
live
Empire.
like directly on the beach.
Yeah.
And I mean, shade is
Just live in Compton and drive to the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to be close to the beach. I don't care where I live.
You picked the wrong place for that, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so I love, like, I mean, if you loved Will Arnett from Arrested Development, you're gonna love him more in this because he's not a bumbling idiot. He's actually he's depraved. He's a liar. He's a cheat. He's struggling.
You
But
make him sound very suave, like he's
You would like him. He's basically you.
he just if you liked Californication, you'll like Flaked. It's very
He's just kind of a lovable piece of shit.
exactly. But you love him because he's trying to be a better piece of shit than he was.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's kind of BoJack-ish.
Yeah, BoJack. Yeah.
You know what? If you gave it an animated treatment, it could almost like I don't know why they never did a Flaked episode on BoJack just for all the Flaked fans because it got 3 seasons and
Yeah.
both of them are Netflix produced. So it just would have been like, hey, by the way, we're going to introduce the cast of Flaked on an episode of BoJack, and they can all be like Bo could be an alcoholic for an episode, and it would totally make sense.
It would.
Shout out to all, anyways, I really love that show. It's my second time around on it. I'm just watching it for background noise mostly, but I know the story in my head. And I love a cast that's fallible that you can relate with, right? You're like, I would do some dumb shit like that, or I would tell a dumb lie because I'm a human, or I would betray somebody, or I would like all of the things we've done at some point or another in our lives are played out in this in a really comical fashion. So
When I meet somebody, I'm always like, yeah, I'd betray you.
that's the tell.
No, hard.
That's a tell if they'd be a good friend.
It's good to be honest.
Are you betrayable? Question 1.
Oh, I am. I just have a betrayable face.
Jimmy's friendship interview.
You see that? Watch again.
Oh, Jimmy, I would never betray you.
I'd fucking
I've
stab
been
you right in the
betrayed.
back.
I would. Jimmy, if the zombies are coming, I'd hit you in the kneecap and run like hell.
I'd gut you and say I love you, thank you, and then I'd turn around and then we'd get that, and then we'd move on. Gut you like
It's all about you move the mouth, but without making any noise.
Like that?
That's what our daughter does.
She does. She's a little shit.
point is if you want to watch something that like is funny but also based in reality, like there's you either know somebody or you are somebody that's done this shit, then I would suggest checking it and watching it the first time. Like it's just the little notes that they give Chip, which is his character, which is Will Arnett, is that he makes stools for a living, but you never see him make a stool throughout the entire like the entire season. He just has an article about the stool that he made, which was a 3-legged stool that won like some sort of Guggenheim award.
What kind of material does he use for the stool? Is it wood or metal?
wood. He's a carpenter by trade.
Okay.
So he has that going for him, right? They make him like the anti-Jesus. But he's very philosophical and very, approachable, and he's got these like one-line zingers. Christopher Mintz-Plasse is in it. He plays a tech giant that is looking for more real life in his life and wants to build stools too. It's a motley crew, so to speak.
It's such a weird premise, just building stools, building a story around it.
Yeah. And
do you remember the movie Extract?
Yes.
Yeah. That was like the same thing. It was like they made food extract. It was like, that's very specific.
And it had nothing to really it had
nothing to do with the story.
Yeah.
It was just like the place where everything happened.
Everything that happened inside of the factory was the story. They just decided to say, well, we need to write this in somehow. So the store company's being sold, and they just happen to make food extract. You're totally right about that. Yeah. How you write a plot around a fucking 3-legged stool. I mean, a 3-legged dog is more interesting. Shakespeare.
And more lovable.
Yeah. Like I love a 3-legged dog more.
God, I would fucking love a 3-legged dog.
Right?
Yeah. Like a fat pug.
You'd have to carry that everywhere.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you would have to carry.
You have to get one of those straps, the baby straps, but for the pug.
He would kill himself before that. He hates those things. People carrying dogs like babies. Pet peeve.
Don't come to Vancouver. They do that everywhere.
Or cats like babies, yeah.
So
I get it. I just hate when I go to the pound and all the dogs have 4 legs. Like, because I have to leave empty-handed, empty-legged.
Those privileged 4-legged dogs.
Yeah. They got
man.
I guess they got a leg up on the competition, Jimmy.
That's right.
Hey.
Womp, womp, womp. Dad joke number 1.
Oh. So let's have our guests. I know what our guests watch this week, and it's a show that I trip on whenever I land on the Crave app. I'm like, oh yeah, I completely forgot about it, and then I chew through 2 episodes. So,
Yeah.
Shayna and Stefan, what did you watch?
We watched Dark Side of the Ring. Watched episode 1 and 2 of the premiere. Season 2 had a 2-part premiere with the Chris Benoit thing, which was like a fascinating story. It was a tragic story, but it was like fascinating to watch it unfold as it was happening in the news. If you guys remember how all of that shit going down. So that was like they had to come up with like something really fascinating for a 2-part episode. And with the Benoit one, they did it this season. They do Brian Pillman. And if you guys are aware of wrestling at all, maybe in the 1990s, Brian Pillman was a character. He was a wrestler, but he became a caricature of himself in like that he became his character and there was no coming back. And he was called the loose cannon, and he essentially went crazy as a character, but it carried over into his life. It was like very Heath Ledger, like Joker, Heath Ledger. Really? He just went too deep, too far, and basically couldn't come back. But the way he did it is like it revolutionized wrestling, because we were talking earlier, I think maybe even before we started like the podcast, is like the definition of kayfabe in wrestling, which is like the code of like protecting everything and keeping everything together. He knew that was going to go away. So ahead of that, he was like, you know what? I'm just going to tell everybody it's real, and not my family, and not my close friends in the business. So this whole 2-part episode, and then like, it's not necessarily a spoiler, but he passed away in 1997, like on the road with the WWF the day of pay-per-view, same way Chris Benoit did. So it's like, it's a story of like how he goes off the fucking deep end, and then he's trying to negotiate more money between the 2 wrestling companies in the 90s, and then during the midst of all of it, he dies. So it's fucking like it's unlike any story you might ever watch.
It's one of the ones that I remember it happening, but it never really got any play, because I don't know if it was the WWE at the time trying, like, I mean, because that's post. When did Owen die?
99.
Okay, so this is pre-Owen.
Pre-Owen Hart, yeah. This is the first one where there's a guy on the roster who has died, who has had a drug issue, and is it's kind of like the first time under the spotlight for the WWE.
That's interesting because
Yeah.
once Owen died live, so you can't do anything about that. They did. They were like, "On with the show." Fucking hell.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But like, I mean, that is cold. That's a cold fucking thing to do. At the same time, you are live. What do you do? Like, it's just too fucking reactive. But
Yeah.
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying, like, it's a momentary lapse in judgment. And
You know what you do, Michael? After it happens, you cut a promo.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a commercial.
About that.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know. That's what they just. It's so horrible to watch that video, but that's interesting that you say that, guys. Like, Shane, what was your take on all this?
I mean, I find every single episode enthralling. I think it's really interesting. It's amazing how many stories there are in wrestling. They could probably do this series for like 10 years. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. But anyway, this episode, it was really sad. He had his kids, like the kids were in the episode. And he seemed like such a great father. Like he has like 4 kids by different women, but they were all like a family. Anyways, Vince is a piece of shit asshole. Like he announced it on the air. Hey, we found this guy dead in his hotel room last night, and then goes on to interview.
On with the show.
Yeah. But like, why do you even say that? We found him in his hotel room in Minnesota. Like, leave out that part. It sounds
Rip.
it sounds sleazy and sketchy. You could just be like, oh, unfortunately, Brian Pillman has passed away, right? We send our sadness, thoughts, and prayers to his family. But no, he kind of made a fucking spectacle out of it and then went on to interview the
.
widow.
Less than 24 hours after he
Less than
died.
24 hours after he died.
Live on air.
And ask about like drug abuse.
Man, oh man, is that just
He is
Vince
such a
McMahon
piece
love
of shit.
cocaine? That sounds
Huh?
like a cocaine. Does Vince McMahon love cocaine? That sounds like a cocaine decision.
Yeah. Here's the story.
Who doesn't love
Um,
cocaine though? Dude?
When I was wrestling, there's a guy called Ken Patera. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He was a wrestler in the 80s. He was also a competitor like in the Olympics, the world's strongest man for weightlifting. But he got signed to WWE in the 80s, and he said that there were like a specific guy who wore yellow and red would walk around allegedly with a coffee mug full of cocaine and would just would walk around and guys would just hit it. And apparently Vince McMahon was one of them.
Oh my god.
What a weird
How do you
cocaine
just go like
dispenser.
this?
Well, like that's a flex because you got to be very rich.
He
to
had a
have,
mug.
have that
That's a lot
much
of- that's a lot of
That's
cocaine.
A lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
That is my full year's salary worth of cocaine.
But for Hulk Hogan in 1986, allegedly, that's
He's
like
probably
one night's
getting it for
work.
free, yeah.
It's one night's work.
Yeah.
It's like I made 30,000 last night. Why do I need this 30,000? I'll just shove it up my nose.
See,
Yeah.
the
Get
rumor
steamed the
is
fuck up.
his hair's not blonde; it's actually cocaine white.
I can believe that. Like I mean, Blues Brothers had cocaine in the budget to make the fucking movie. So
Did
like,
they have cocaine in the budget?
yeah,
So did Caddyshack.
That's so
Caddyshack just didn't have a craft service. It's all cocaine. They no food,
Jesus
just
What the
Christ.
cocaine.
hell?
Can you imagine how much Rodney Dangerfield did on that set?
Oh, everyone. If you look at everyone's eyes, they were all bloodshot in that whole movie.
And Chevy Chase,
Yep.
Rodney Dangerfield,
Bill Murray.
just skied right up. Holy shit.
Or Harold Ramis. He had a very hard time.
So okay, so you guys say if you're a fan of like, because I love the show. I think the show is great. The Chris Benoit
Oh yeah.
was so heartbreaking because you can see that these guys are great people. They just have bad mental health.
Yeah. And it's not like cheesy documentaries. They always have like good guests on, people really close to the story who actually know what the hell they're talking about.
This one had Stone Cold Steve Austin because him and Brian Pillman were a tag team in the early 90s and became like best friends until he passed away.
Yeah.
So he got really heartfelt a few times.
Texas
His sister, his widow, his children. Yeah, like it's
They-
I would
they don't take they don't take the piss out of it. They
No.
No, it's very matter of fact. It's like this is the timeline of events of what's happening, and then you just hear everybody's take.
Yeah, it doesn't feel exploitative or dramatic. It feels, like the story.
Like there
is
was
good.
nobody taking liberties on anybody
Yeah.
in that show.
yeah, and that's what you like because I mean that
Yeah.
business on the outset to somebody who doesn't know anything about it and who hasn't grown up with it would be like this is a joke, but like
Mhm.
not a joke. It's first of all, it's sports entertainment at its core. Second of all, it's one of the most athletic things you can fucking do with your body because guess what? NFL gets to take a week off between games. You guys wrestle 6 nights a week. Like
Mhm.
no other sport really does the amount of physical and emotional damage that wrestling can do because you're constantly caught in the story. You're caught in real life. You're traveling. You're putting your body through shit. Like, fuck you. I mean, it might not be real, but it hurts.
Yeah.
Not be real, but what you guys are doing things to each other that if something goes wrong, it's game over. That's fucking impressive at its core. It's this acrobatic strength event that has it's all of the things that tell stories all in one.
Mhm, mhm.
It's all in is it's a story, right?
Yeah, it's like a story. The way that I compare it to is like a story without words. Like when the matches are happening, you have to convey certain things. You have to make each other look good. It's like it's like improv. You go out there, and a lot of it's off the top of your head, but like you have to think with the other person's best interest in mind while you're to like set them up for something, and then they'll set you up for something, kind of like that. That's how it goes in there.
It's the most badass dance on the fucking planet. Fuck you. Anyways, okay, so you guys would suggest to watch this in the ring while being suplexed? Like, where would you?
No, I would say like part 1 and part 2 are very different. So, on Crave where they're streaming, they're one episode together, but when they aired, they were 2.
Yep.
So the first half is very, it like builds him up as how great of an athlete he was, how great of like a person he was becoming, and then he gets caught into the character thing. And then the second half is like without any spoilers. Yeah, it's like now the character is here, he fucking unravels, and then he passes away, and this is the fallout.
I got some time after we're done here, so I think I might put that shit on in the background and let it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Get
I
in.
think I will also do that.
Martin, does it make it a three-peat? We should just put up one of those programs and all watch it together and break down crying and console each other.
I don't know,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
where you
we're-
should watch it all
It'll be
together.
a tear fest. for
Crying.
sure.
All right. Commentary, and it'll just be a bunch of sad bastards on the show.
It's okay.
3 sad boys.
That'll be the name of the episode.
Oh,
That's our movie review episode name, 3 sad boys.
Nice.
Well, I feel
That's our tag team, if you will.
one of us is the manager and 2 of us are in the ring. Go.
Figure it out.
It's all improv, Martin. Like you said, we'll figure it out on the fly. So I feel warm. I think we're all a little warmed up here. I'm walking away with a list of shit to watch this week. Blockbuster Video is definitely on my list. Sorry,
Punisher Warzone.
I don't think
no,
so. No,
No.
nope.
Jimmy. Nobody's watching Warzone.
You know what? You're going to be sitting in a porta potty someday, and it's going to be
You're gonna
on, and you're going to be like,
wish.
well, I got 2 hours.
Your legs will
It's
fall
like-
asleep.
It's in a parking lot in the middle of July, so it's conditions are reasonable.
Kind of
Right.
when Folk Fest is allowed to happen again, I really just want to take a TV screen.
Hey, I'm watching Punisher in here.
Yeah, and take a picture of it and send it to you and Jimmy and be like, "You were right. This is
Go
exactly."
listen to your 10-piece brass band somewhere else. I'm watching Punisher.
Exactly.
Goddamn hipsters.
10-piece brass band. Is that what happens at Folk Fest?
I have no
I
idea.
assumed it was like drum circles and guitars.
It's
10-piece brass band.
And like the really cringe, like long white guy braids, dreads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All
White
those.
guys with cornrows.
and people doing too much acid and getting caught in the porta potty is probably one of my favorite things.
So, you know what? It's just a spider's web in there sometimes.
4 walls can seem like 20. I want.
That's what she said.
This is all so strange.
I think now's the perfect time to start talking about some things that are going to make me super fucking snacky, which is the debate, ladies and gentlemen. I wish we had a snack sponsor to say this is brought to you by blank, but we don't. So we'll just mention a bunch of fucking snacks, and maybe somebody who's in the snack business is like,
Brought to you by pretzels.
Hey, when is this coming out?
I don't know. We never really know. That's the thing. Like it'll probably actually, when I think about it, maybe in a week from now or 2 weeks from now. So, why? What do you?
Then I can't say anything.
We don't know either.
Oh,
it's a secret.
If there's so we haven't discussed this yet, but I host the morning radio in Winnipeg, and I have a collaboration with a certain hot sauce company that's coming out on like June 1st. So but I just can't say anything yet.
What's the date today? The
May 8th.
May 8th?
Yeah, we got like a month pretty much.
Yeah.
That's fuck.
June 1st.
That's okay.
Now Country 104.7.
Well, we'll figure. You know what? Let's do the wrestling episode the weekend before, and then we'll just.
That's a good idea.
Hey, there you go. Then we can plug it. But
yeah, I like it.
There may or may not be some Scovilles coming.
Millions and millions of Scovilles. I like Scovilles. So anyways, this debate is inspired by our guests because it's something that our guests do, which is on their Ever Snack show on Instagram. Shayna, why don't you tell everybody what it is that you guys do? And because I feel we're all in for.
I gotta find my phone. It's got my snacks in it.
Yeah, go get your notes, sir. But Shayna, just give a little bit of an introduction to your channel because I see everything you guys do, and then I want to go fucking eat.
Thanks, man. Well, it started from our podcast, which was Thick and Sweaty, which we did a year and a half even of, but found that since having our baby, it got a lot more difficult to have the time to sit down and record it and edit it. And frankly, during the pandemic, we kind of like ran out of shit to talk about. All we're doing is sitting at home, taking care of this baby. We're not out engaging in the world and doing things. So like, I don't know, there's not much to talk about. One thing that never stopped was eating. So
yeah, you gotta do that.
That one perhaps even increased in snackage. And it was always kind of the funnest segment for me on our podcast on Thick and Sweaty. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to leave out all that other stuff that requires me, I don't know, talking about anything and just keep in the snacking. So I just decided to start a new podcast that was just snack reviews. And I thought, hey, let's put this podcast on YouTube because then it's accessible by video, accessible by audio, and we are so pretty. I always thought our faces were wasted by just being an audio podcast. I launched it, and I launched an Instagram as well. We made and edited 2 YouTube videos before I figured out that I hate editing videos.
We all do.
It's the worst, and I also had no fucking time to do it at all, especially now I'm back to work full time. I'm off mat leave, and it's just impossible. We don't have enough time to like wipe our own asses, let alone the babies.
Let alone our kids.
Yeah.
Don't call CFS, please.
Both the kids are downstairs with their grandma right now, so we took the time to do this.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grandma. Does Grandma like anything? I'll send Grandma a snack pack.
Yeah, why the hell
She
not?
likes snacks.
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes, yeah, that's her favorite snack.
Your gift certificate at Max. She can get.
Players king size, Mike. Players king size.
Exactly. She likes darts.
Darts. Fair enough.
Anyway, the YouTube sucks, so I just decided to keep it just on Instagram. We're doing videos as we come up. Like if we buy something and it's limited edition, okay, let's eat it and record it.
It's very low ceiling because literally if we take our kids for a walk to 7-Eleven and we can just like pick up a bag of chips, be like, we'll just sit at the kitchen table, eat them, and film it. It costs us like $1.50 for like a bag of chips.
But we just record, new chips, stuff we haven't seen before. What do you call it? Snacks from other countries. Just stuff off the beaten path. I'm not going to review Lay's salt and vinegar. You know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean, because everybody's got an opinion on that because we all have it, right? And then
Exactly. So try to keep it a little bit fresh.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's fun. I enjoy it.
maybe you could teach.
Have you guys ever made a stop down to Tia's in the Exchange there?
Yeah, Tia's is a regular, of course.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
fan of Tia's.
It's a good place to buy
Tremendous.
snacks.
Yeah.
If you buy online, check out Candy Funhouse. They have a fuck ton of shit.
I
I'm
will
gonna
absolutely
add that to
do
my
that.
favorites right now.
Yeah.
Do they?
That 19, if you want to get like the weird shit, like we bought bacon soda and it was absolutely disgusting.
We bought the Tove Satan, which is 9 million Scoville.
Don't buy that one.
Yeah.
What did you put it on, if I may ask?
But the Tove Satan is a
It's-
lollipop.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
a cinnamon
no.
Yeah.
toe-shaped lollipop. So we
Ooh.
smashed it into a bunch of little pieces and we
We just all ate little
tried
pieces of it.
shards.
Oh, I really thought
Don't.
you say you crushed it up and snorted it.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I
No,
would
that would've been
have.
fun.
Like I don't think you run a marathon. Okay, well, I want to get into some of your snack tastes at the end of the show here, but let's work up an appetite to that, so to speak.
Yeah.
Neither of us have eaten all day, so
Okay. Well, this is
appetite's worked up.
I ate last night's pizza before today's podcast.
Nice.
Shout out to Coliseo on Corden. Yeah, it's Coliseo.
Yeah.
Coliseo?
Yeah, they make some seriously fucking good pizza. So if you know anybody that works there, send them our love.
We live way the fuck by the perimeter, so like we're kind of limited to our pizza intake over here.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If Grandma likes pizza, maybe we should work something out after the show. We'll get some downtown pizza sent to you, outskirts people.
Wow. We're not outskirts. We're just North Kildonan. We live across the street from the villa.
Oh,
Ooh.
shout out to that's my hood, guys. That's where
Yeah.
I grew up.
Yeah.
John Pritchard, Miles Mack.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't tell anybody where we live or anything.
We live at 1124.
I, as we mentioned previously, we were going to do one debate, and then I was like, no, treat these people with their own knowledge, Michael, because it's the smart way to be a good podcast. So
That's right.
we about faced and made it really fucking simple. This episode,
Thanks.
you're welcome.
We're really stupid.
We also like making things simple too, because the more complicated you get, the more outside of the lane you get, and then you're just like, where am I? And I know it's not funny. Hopefully this is funny. Whatever. You all think it's funny, and what's funny is movies and snacks. So
Yeah.
I came up with the idea that you can take an ensemble, find a movie with like a big cast, an ensemble cast, so to speak, and take two of those cast people, those characters, and bring them into the snack board. Last week's debate, snack, where you use everything about that character to come up with a line of snacks. It could be candy, nuts, trail mix, chips, popcorn, even as far as like mac and cheese and some weird oddball things. As long as it's a snack and not a meal, like 3 things on your plate by, the food triangle definition bullshit of health that I never follow. But, just some
Oh, what?
health. Yeah, no, health. That's a weird word.
The Illuminati pyramid of snacks.
And use all things from canon, story, and character, and come up with your two new snacks. So, because this is my idea, and because I should always be the one to go first, so that you never have to put up with that pain, guys, I will bring up my notes, and we will do this fucking dance.
Yeah, let's do the dance.
Oh, wow. I'm so not ready. I closed all the windows so that Zoom wouldn't crash. Google Drive.
Michael, I gotta say, this is not helping your debate.
Yeah, not at all. Your time started when you said it's my turn. So, I mean, your clock's ticking.
And it's not often that Michael brings the confidence either. So this was gonna. I thought this was gonna be different.
Fuck you all.
He did such a good job last week. He did such a good job last week that I don't know if he can. It's hard to live up to those expectations.
That's like I love low hanging fruit, man. I never have to exceed my expectations of myself or you guys. All right, so first up here, ladies and gentlemen, I took Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, and this is for you, Jimmy.
Oh, thank you, Michael. The series that started it all.
Yeah, no, like I said, low-hanging fruit, so I'm appealing to my audience. I'm picking a movie that I know one of us definitely loves, so maybe he'll give me a break on it. And I obviously picked the two main characters. I picked Mary Jane Watson, and I picked Peter Parker. So for Peter, we are doing Spider-Man's web-slinging licorice. It's a rope style, long and sticky not in the way that none of you guys are thinking. Get your minds out of the gutter, okay? Sticky in the way that it's covered in a very sticky, like glucose substance, so that when you pull your wrist back, shoot it out, it actually sticks to shit. It is food grade, so you can wash it off the walls, okay? But whatever you want to shoot it at, whatever white wall you've got hanging around, this is stuff that you can play target practice with, all right? It's going to come with an expansion pack as well, like Nerf. You know, you get your standard 100 feet for $5.99. But you can also buy expansion cartridges. You get 3 cartridges in packs. The wrapper doubles as a bullseye, doubles as the Green Goblin, doubles as Electro, whoever you want.
Whoa.
When you
You
unwrap,
should make this.
well, you know, we'll see where we get at the end of this. You might retract that statement. So Andy, the kid can sit there. So instead of shooting it at the clean white wall that mom just cleaned, he can just shoot it at Electro's face, right? Once the snack line launches, we're out to the public. Actually, I had shot out to the public, pun intended. We will be following up with a line of colors that match everybody. So blue for Electro, green for Green Goblin, orange for Hobgoblin. Basically ties into the whole entire movie. So that is Spider-Man's web-slinging licorice. My second snack is Mary Jane Watson's Upside Down Kisses. All right? Not just your standard kiss.
Cute. That's cute.
To break the fucking internet. All right. We're gonna remember the Vancouver Olympics, remember the big makeout scene in the flames. We're gonna hashtag that fucker away. That thing doesn't even exist anymore. All right. So
Fuck that thing.
fuck those kids. So standard colors do not apply here. We are making a red velvet cake tasting kiss to match MJ's red locks. All right. Each kiss, as it's unwrapped, will be hanging from a piece of Spidey's web slinging licorice to hang in the air to reenact that special kiss that we've all seen in the movie. We will launch a hashtag game so that everybody can take their own kiss with their own couple when it launches, and the entire internet will be covered in Mary Jane's kiss. And then we can launch the product at the same time. Submit the best kiss. We'll send you a free bag of this candy. It will also come in vegan, just because I know the vegan thing is on the rise. I like to eat vegetarian. I'm not against it, but the full vegan thing scares me, because even vegans do make out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my time.
Do they got bad breath?
Yeah.
What's up?
That's my time. That is my argument. I open up the floor.
Can I go first?
Martin, I wasn't even looking at the camera, so I don't even know what you were thinking. Go ahead, buddy. It's all up to you.
I just got one thing to say. If you didn't have ants in your place before, you will after you use Michael. That is the number one way to get ants. Like, why are we shooting food into walls? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I like the idea, but don't shoot it at walls. Like, what is the point?
Fair enough. No, I get it. And I'm gonna wait to retort to all of you this time instead of going one by one here. So, Martin, if you still want some more time,
That's it. It seems like just a way to get ants, and ants are annoying as fuck.
Okay. Yes.
And
No.
especially if you have kids. If you got kids, like, do you guys want to clean up ants at your place? Didn't
My
think
kids
so.
would eat them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You have a dog, you have kids, you're not getting ants. That licorice is not standing very long on the wall, okay?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Jimmy, I will let you go next. Do you have any comments, suggestions, better marketing ideas for me?
Okay, first question. You say it's sticky. Is it sticky enough to support my weight?
We're still in the R&D phase.
That doesn't sound like a yes.
Yeah, No, we haven't. We're we're like Pfizer. We haven't reached 12 to 15-year-olds yet.
And I'll ask Michael, why does it need to be super sticky if I can't swing with it?
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like I'm going to be eating a lot of dust and dirt.
Has anybody thrown regular licorice at the wall?
No, have you?
No, I should.
We have nibs.
I don't think it sticks that much.
Yeah,
Nope.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It. Okay, all right.
You need the extra, like you need Michael's extra, I don't know, ectoplasm to kind of get it to stick to that wall.
What do you want with my ectoplasm?
That's it. You need whatever your secret sauce that you put on the licorice to make it stick. That's what you need to make it stick to a wall. Like regular licorice won't stick to a wall.
I love the euphemisms. My ectoplasm and my secret sauce. Okay, so we.
I will say one more thing, Michael. I think it is pretty solid, very 2004-y to have some kind of fun candy to go along with the movie. So well done there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that's definitely something that would happen early 2000s.
Yeah,
Okay.
there definitely an accompanying chapstick with it as well.
Fair enough. To our guests who chew on snacks like this all the time, Shayna,
Yeah.
let you go first, Shayna.
We chew on your ropes. I'm sorry. We're gross. Thanks.
Not just pushing rope, chewing on rope.
Shooting ropes.
Everywhere.
Shooting ropes.
Oh.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words.
Would you eat it?
Yeah, I'd eat it. I like it. I have no problem with this idea. Why does it need to be sticky enough to hold your weight up? Do you think you are Spider-Man? This is a snack. This is a snack. You don't need to fight crime in your basement. Come on.
Yet.
The window's big enough for a burglar or a New
Someone
York
might
City
get
Law and
in.
Order murderer to break in, and then I'll wish I had sticky rope.
I'll give you a tip how you make some.
Oh,
I think that's Michael's secret recipe.
nasty.
Ectoplasm.
Yeah, Mark. What's my coffee, Martin?
Oh, don't ask to put creamer. If you're ever at Michael's place and ask for creamer in your coffee, don't. It's just him coming into a cup.
Do you guys usually get X-rated on here?
Yeah, sometimes.
Every episode has an 18-year-over mark on it because I don't.
Oh, that's good.
No, I love get your fucking rope. I love it. So, all right. So I've got one. Before we continue, before we even get to the voting round, I just thought of an idea. We're gonna do 2 rounds. We're gonna do best one, and then we're gonna let Stefan and Shayna figure out, me, Martin, and Jimmy, which one they would want to have on their show. So we'll have like a 2-round vote off here. So to retort, like Samuel L. Jackson, allow me to retort. Martin will go first. So Martin said, what was it? Was it the sticky?
A good way to get ants.
That's a good way to get
Good way to get ants.
I mean, okay, sure. Yes, answer a problem. I just don't think in terms of people with children. So I don't think of a kid shooting.
This is for you, an adult man.
Yeah, of course. I can't accept 6-year-olds like eating candies and making out with each other. I'm going to be in a lot of fucking trouble if that happens. This is all about the X-rated shit.
Can I just say, Michael, your biggest selling point to this was I can throw it and stick it against a wall. So your biggest selling point is throwing it and sticking it to walls, which
they
can
make
cause
those
ants.
sticky hands that just do that. Everyone loves those things.
Yeah.
Now you get to eat it.
As a new homeowner, yeah, you're right, Martin. I didn't consider the ant problem. Apartments, I just call the exterminator and we fucking pay the apartment to do it. All right, okay. I see your point.
But I'd eat it. I'd eat it.
Oh, sweet.
I'd eat your product. Yeah.
Eat my product. All
I
right.
just wouldn't
You
throw it
would-
against the wall.
Would you eat his ropes?
I would eat his ropes all day.
Sticky ropes.
You guys are fucking sick.
I needed like a fruit roll-up kind of thing. Like I don't know, I don't need a fruit roll-up where I unravel the whole thing and then just enjoy it like in the commercial. I kind of just
Eat it like a
peel as
burrito?
I go. Yeah, I just roll it into a ball and I put the whole thing in my mouth at once.
You don't do that? I do that. I'm like,
That's
this
a good idea, though.
It's a good to-go snack.
Jimmy's got a round mouth.
3 pool balls, Mark.
Very funny.
So if I had this though, I wouldn't even need to stick it to the wall. I could just shoot my ropes directly into Stefan's mouth.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
It's designed to be a lob, not like a direct projectile. So it's just comical. It's not to be like.
But like the best part is you'd be able to throw it, and like part of it would still stick to your hand, so it would just droop like a cheese string.
And then you'd have sticky hands. Ugh.
I just
That
want
happened.
Jimmy's.
Take a shower.
For sticky hands, take a shower. Sticky hands, take a shower.
You ask way too much from your candy makers. You want to be able to suspend yourself from the ceiling. Like you're just a spoiled brat. I have nothing to say.
Agreed.
I want to hang from the rafters. But I
Look, if I was a kid, I would try.
I'll do that shit right now.
Stefan, I never got your point though. I think I won with Shayna.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Fuck yeah, I'm for it. You ain't got to convince me none.
Sweet. Would you guys play along with the hashtag game? Would you do like a silly at home kiss and then hashtag it Mary Jane's kiss? No. Okay. All right.
I would like be romantic as if it were like Spider-Man and she was like upside down and like the mask was like here, but then like I'd be underneath her in the rain with like my bare ass like on her head, like pranking her, and then we'd get free candy.
I would say,
Probably we would.
totally for that. I'd be like, that's a great bait and switch for sure. All right. Yeah. I feel not better.
I'm for it though.
I'm for anything sugar. Diabetes runs hard in my family, so I'm anything for sugar.
Does it?
Yeah.
Keep it good. Shoot that shit. Shoot your ropes in my mouth, like Shayna said. Okay. Got it.
On my back, wherever you want to. Really. What?
Normally I say things like delicious to end sentences, but not this time. I didn't pick who was going second. We didn't talk about this. Drum roll. Jimmy, you go next.
All right. Okay. Up the energy. Let's do this. Debate time. Where are my notes? Okay. Yeah. I picked Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It's you wouldn't think there's a lot of snack possibilities with this movie, but that's where you'd be wrong. Now, the first snack I guess would be a little bit based on Scott, but they'd be Scott Pilgrim's garlic bread bites. Now, as we all know, all the best snacks bite form, and by bites they mean they're little circular balls. So I want you to think like a crouton, but just like rolled up and more socially acceptable to just eat as a snack.
Like a Malteser?
Yeah, exactly. But like it's like someone took a piece of garlic bread. The outside would be the crust. The inside would be like a buttery garlic bread type substance.
Fuck yeah, I need that right now.
I would love a garlic bread bite. I don't know how it hasn't been done. It's a socially acceptable crouton to eat in public. As for the next snack, I had a little bit of trouble finding another snack for this movie, but like I couldn't really get past. I thought about doing some sort of like if I could just genetically breed a chicken to be vegan, then maybe I could do some kind of chicken parmesan type deal. But I couldn't get past the cloning, so I went a different direction. And to keep consistent with the bites, I came up with an idea of just coffee. Like coffee type bites, where you can get like an Americano type, an espresso type, a double, like all the kinds of coffee, especially the Canadian coffees that we love to make fun little names for. Now, of course, of a Canadian type coffee, I guess the well-known Canadiano, which is a black coffee with a cigarette in it.
Well done.
Well done. Point.
Now, I realize I did not prepare as much material as I should have. I will say that all the snacks that you eat from these will give an HP boost as well as some giving a defense boost. Now, I don't know if any of your snacks give HP boosts, but these ones do. You're feeling low, you're feeling down. These, you eat them, they make you feel good, especially the espresso. You eat a fistful of them and you're good to go for the whole day. You will have the shits, though.
I got IBS.
It says it on the bag, so that's how we're going to avoid
Closing
getting
on
sued.
that.
Coffee and cigarette is
My
decent
snacks will
shit.
give you the shits.
Well, don't eat a fifth. Don't drink 5 coffees in a day or in
Jimmy,
a
I'm gonna
series
eat a
of 3
fistful of
hours.
it. Who are you talking
You're going
to?
to eat a fistful.
We have no self-control. I'm eating a
Just
fistful of whatever
one-
you're putting there.
Just one at a time. One at a time, Mark.
I say that your marketing slogan was getting pushed here.
Like, when they say recommended one only, that's only a recommendation. I'm going past that recommendation.
Like all the serving sizes on the back just say eat one. Don't eat more. This is just one.
Okay. All right, Jimmy. Do you want more time? I mean,
No.
I would like less time, please.
oh shit, that's funny. Okay. I'll go first. I love the bites. I love anything in a bite form, quick and painless. And it's also like you feel that you're eating less, right?
Well, that's the thing, Michael. You can eat a whole bag of them and you don't even notice.
Yeah.
Because you could just throw them in the garbage and not tell anybody.
Second to that, though, you as a self-prescribed foodie, you should have had a little garlic bomb inside your bite. So
You want like a garlic explosion?
I want a garlic explosion in my mouth. If you're going to make me eat garlic, which is the most, it's not going to make you want to have a Mary Jane kiss after. That's for sure, because you reek of garlic. But if you're going to have garlic, give me all the garlic, right? So like brush it with a garlic butter, put a garlic nugget inside. So when I bite into this thing, it explodes in my mouth. I love how you pulled it from the movie, though. It is one of the most awkward scenes in the movie, just watching 2 kids, one of them who's desperately in love with the other one, feed her garlic bread. Like I think it's the only way you could have gone with this. Second to that,
It makes you fat.
it does make you
Not in bite form, though.
It's the best line in that scene, though. Oh, garlic bread makes you fat. It's all carbs, you fucking idiot. So
So
yeah,
you basically want it to be some sort of vampire repellent.
yeah, I want to breathe on Castlevania and crumble it to the ground. That's what.
This would have been
Okay.
on the movie Lost Boys. What's one of their
this is good.
weapons?
Yeah.
This is why I brought this focus group together, is to make the snack something people will want to eat.
That's what this feels like.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Do I get $50 at the end of this?
Your sandwiches are on the way from Myers.
$50 in garlic bite. Garlic bites.
Yeah, we'll sample that shit.
It's just Jimmy on his bike
Wanna
with a
taste
plate
it?
full of garlic bites. It's just riding.
That he had to crush himself. That he had to make it to bites himself.
Do you know how hard it is to balance round bites on a fucking plate? And I'm on my bike.
Oh, good Lord. All right. Well, our guests have gone through one round of madness. So you guys can go next. What do you think of Jimmy's garlic bites, coffee bites, Canadiana?
How are the coffee bites maintained in like physical form? Is it like a jello?
Think of like the coffee crisp bites, but in different flavors.
Okay, so it's
It's like a chocolate with
like a
the
chocolate.
wafer crunch inside.
How do you get the cigarette flavor in there?
You blow smoke into the batter.
I'm really glad you asked.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Now, we bring in only lifetime smokers to come in, and you were right, Stefan. You were absolutely right. They come in and they suck down the cigarette almost to, sometimes we do let them go past the filter and they just breathe it right into the batter.
Does it come in menthol or is it that bullshit that's banned up here
What's fun about menthol is it comes in a fun green package.
And it's marketed as peppermint.
Yes.
Peppermint. Oh, nice. The kids are gonna love it.
It's a peppermint tea line.
Mhm.
A peppermint Canadiana.
A peppermint Canadiana. Man, I wish I had criticisms. I love this. I want it now. I love cigarettes. I like smoking. I like eating. I
Chocolate.
like coffee. I like chocolate. Give it to me.
I love that these guys are gonna have, like, we've got people on the show who are gonna vote because they love our shit, not because it's another person who thinks it's tough. Like,
Sorry. I love your shit.
that's the best part. Like, I might actually win today because I am appeasing you, as opposed to Ian being here and being like, you're a fucking moron. So
Well, yeah, why does everything have to be a criticism,
because it's movies. Damn it. No, I'm kidding. Stefan, what do you think of Jimmy's bite-sized snacks?
Personally, I'm not into the coffee things. I don't like coffee flavored things. Like when I drink coffee, because I drink coffee every morning when I'm at work, because I feel like I need to wake up a little bit. So that bitter taste always helps. But I like coffee. That's it. I don't like
so you're
coffee.
not a sweet coffee kind of guy?
No.
We reviewed
Okay.
some coffee candies on Ever Snack like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they were hard candies. They were
Yeah.
good. But when they're
Okay.
crunchy and chocolatey,
Not your thing.
there's something about it. I don't know.
So you don't like Drake's coffee cake? Seinfeld reference. Sorry, I just.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got it.
Big Seinfeld.
Yeah. No, I got it.
That would have been amazing.
But I do.
It's just cake that you have with coffee.
Yeah,
It's not
I know.
coffee flavor.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. He knows what's up.
Yeah, but I don't know if he knows
Um,
anything about coffee cakes.
I don't.
No, you know.
The comparison with the garlic to like the garlic Parmesan bites, that sounds like I would get it at the keg. And like you would order, hey, can I get the garlic bites or whatever? And they bring like 6 of them out on like one of those long rectangular things with like a little drizzle of the sauce. And they put them on there, and then they give you like chopsticks, and it's like you're very bougie when you're eating this. That's how I imagine it.
That's how you imagine it? This is Jimmy's idea.
Yeah.
He's bringing it to you on a bicycle. And
Yeah,
that's how
on a
you
plate.
imagine it?
On a plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
But I-
ask the group if if you're gonna vote for that, that also counts for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I see.
Interesting.
I see what you're doing there, Martin.
I like you. You sold me on diarrhea. That's what you sold
You
me.
sold me on diarrhea.
Not a lot of
I like
candy
how-
can promise that.
It's a very these all our snacks aren't the healthiest snacks, but I mean if it induces diarrhea, like you're burning calories and getting them at the same time, so it's like you get that burn, in one end out the other real quick, so you get it's like a hot colonic sort of deal. So
God, that's such a gross description.
Just think, you're constipated. You need something that's going to clear that. This candy says on the package that it can do that for you.
it doubles up as a snack and like Imodium.
That's right.
It's medicinal as well.
You know what? I just had one more thought. Does the box they come with bus fare? Does it come with any quarters, any change?
I'm gonna say no bus fare. It's Jimmy. Whenever you order this, it's always Jimmy on a bike delivering it in a plate. That's what it is. It doesn't come anywhere else. If you can't buy it in stores, you have to order online, and Jimmy comes in a bike and then just hands
Is
it
it like
on a
the
plate.
snowboard goggles on his
Yeah.
bike too?
Even in the summer. Now, the way I ship them is they're all in a loose Canadian Tire shopping plastic bags, and I just tie them in a knot and I send them on a pigeon.
That's how Shauna sends me to work with my lunch. I appreciate that, man. That's
Tied to your wrist.
fair enough. Okay. All right. Well, Martin, you are up next, good sir. And I can't wait to hear what you have.
All right. Before I start, Stephanie, are you and the missus a big fan of Quentin Tarantino? Like, are you
Yeah.
aware of the? Okay, good. Okay, so I won't have to explain too much, but I'll explain for the listeners a little bit. But the movie I chose was Reservoir Dogs. So here's my pitch: the fictitious Green Apple cigarette company in the Tarantino movies is now expanding into food products, called Green Apple Concessions. Where this will open up, I think it's a good place, is Quentin Tarantino's own Beverly Theater in Hollywood, California. There's going to be a Green Apple concession stand in his movie theater.
Well done.
I thought, so with the way I thought of it, I thought when thinking about what products to launch, like, okay, what kind of concessions would this theater have? And so the two products that I thought of at launch from the movie Reservoir Dogs was the first one is based on the character Mr. Pink played by Steve Buscemi. It's called, and if you recall, in Reservoir Dogs, Mr. Pink does not believe in tipping waitresses or serving staff at all. So the product will be Mr. Pink's Just the Tip mini strawberry licorice. It'll be a picture of Steve Buscemi on the bag, and it'll just be him. So they're mini strawberry licorice, but it'll be a picture of Steve Buscemi. It will be on the bag, and it'll be a picture of him saying, "These are the only tips I believe in." The second product that I thought of is Mr. Blonde's Petrol in a Can. It's an energy drink, perfect for those 3+ hours Quentin Tarantino films that seem to drag on forever, but they're great. So if you're tired, take one of these before you go to the Beverly Theater. You're good to go. The can itself will be a black and white can, kind of like the black and white suit they wear in Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. And then the front, there'll be like a picture of a gas canister. And it's
but
the advertisement will be played, because you know how in movie theaters, right, they have advertisements at the beginning while you're waiting for like the trailers and the main attractions. So this advertisement will be played while you're waiting for the trailers and the main attractions to start. It'll be Mike Madsen redoing the scene, but instead of pouring have that jerry can of gasoline, it'll be the can itself, the drink, and he'll be pouring it onto the cop. So think torture champagne shower is going to be the scene when I describe it.
That's your commercial?
That's the commercial for it. That plays at the Beverly Theater before the attractions and the trailers and stuff like that. So, but what I like about this is I know we were only limited to 2, but I just like my mind started opening up on different products. So like the Beverly Theater, like Green Apple concession stands will I think it's a good idea to just release, products from other Tarantino movies because it's going to be there. And I think it's just a good way to make money and capitalize on the nostalgia of all of Quentin Tarantino's movies. So there'll be the next product will be Mr. Black and Mr. White Cookie Swirl Chocolate Vanilla Cookie. Vincent Vega's $5 shake will be there as well on the menu, as well as Jules's meat substitute Kahuna burger.
You're playing the vegans as well. Good.
And that is my argument for this week.
Very nice.
All right. Before we move into this here, do we need to give Shayna a second with the baby there, sir?
Yeah. She's run to my mom's. My mom lives in the same apartment complex that we do. Like there's a group of buildings, so she's just running to get her.
That's okay. Yeah, take your time. So we will start with.
I'll go first.
Yeah, Jimmy, you go first if you're itching.
Okay. Martin, love it. I mean, I loved themes. Big fan of themes. I just gotta say, if I'm gonna eat a bag of just the tips, it just doesn't sound like I'm gonna get enough.
It's never enough for you, Jimmy. Nothing is never satisfied.
Enough, and then I buy 2 bags of tips, and that's too much. That's too many tips.
It's too many. That's a lot of tips. Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, man, yeah, big fan of themes, and I could definitely see myself having a good time there and getting many a $5 shake.
I will co-sign that for sure. I love his launch idea, like to get into it, because we did limit ourselves, but those are all fantastic ideas. So you're in the house, dude.
You went above and beyond.
Yeah, you did. No, yeah. I will go with. I love that you paid homage to the concession stand, so the snack stand, because that's where me and him movies, right? Exactly. Yeah, like we all kind of. I got out. I used. Like, there's either using it as a marketing plan or there's using it in the fucking movie theater. So shout out to every single concession stand employee that unfortunately can't work right now. We fucking miss you. We miss your nacho cheese.
They make my favorite nachos.
Right?
That peasant ghetto nachos, man. The fake cheese. Give me that all day.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I know the world is a really fucking weird place, and we don't like delving into shit that's outside of our lane because we're fucking morons. But like, truth be told, the lack of movie theaters is a lack of fun in life. So there's a lot of responsibility that goes to those people who work in those theaters. So thank you from the bottom of all our hearts. We'll see you one day again where me and Martin will stand there waiting for you to find the nacho cheese that nobody can find.
Took him 20 minutes to find nacho cheese for me.
Okay. So that, I love that. The thing that I was hoping for when you went with it, and it's just my dark ass brain that went there, I wanted some candy ears.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing it, but I wanted to go with because the gasoline was the big fact. But if I went with candy, for sure candy ears would have been it. But I just went with the gasoline with the energy drink.
and which is all like it makes a lot more sense. Like like a Volt, right? Or like
Yeah.
a Kohler.
Trust me, Mike Candy Ears was definitely
Okay.
in the mind for sure.
Besides that, like the you could have done like what I would have done with that and where I was going with it. I'm glad you went the way you did because you used the main characters. I would have used the the motif, right? I would have done your black and white cookie and gone with that more than using Mr. Pink, Mr. Brown. So I really like that you assigned a snack to everybody and made the concession stand like the movie experience. Very well done, sir. Stefan, what about you?
Yo, I liked it. The thing I liked about it is that it was like venue specific. Like you have to be at this place to get it because like when I get into mine, it's kind of similar, but I like the idea of it. The bag of just the tips makes me think of, when you go to like a restaurant and you get the bottom of the bag fries
Yeah.
and it's just like the little ends and you just got a plate full of like little end fries. That's exactly what it made me think of. And then what was the second one again?
The petrol in a can when Mike Madsen.
Yeah, petrol in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea and probably could sweep the nation if you put it at like a fucking gas station chain or something. Because people like those novelty, like factually though, those novelty movie things that sometimes show up at like 7-Eleven. Like if you remember when the Simpsons movie came out, they had like Duff Cola.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like people fucking bought into it right away. I feel like if you had like a movie themed energy drink,
Especially Quentin Tarantino. People love
Fuck
like
yeah.
Quentin Tarantino, right? So
Well, and if you
Yeah.
release it in a collection like he did, fuck, I'm just beefing up his argument. But like if you release it in a collection as a unit, it could be a collector's item, right? You could be like, I have all the snacks unopened from the Reservoir Dogs Green Apple concession stand, and then sell that shit on eBay for like $1,000. Where like a can of petrol is only worth like $10 nostalgia, but a set is worth a lot. So releasing a line is, yeah, well done. Stefan, anything else?
I'm good.
Good.
sorry,
Now,
Mike. It was Red Apple concession stands. My bad.
we
I
can.
said green. Green Apple is a skateboard company in Winnipeg.
Oh, you almost had many a nerd coming after you.
I know.
Bart.
Red Apple.
Saved the day.
Mhm. The internet. I don't want to get attacked on the internet, so Red Apple concession stands.
Oh shit! Yeah, we have yet. Like, we're inviting you guys to hit us in the comments. Like, this show is where you comment,
It's-
on like what we say. So to all you
It's
listeners,
harder in food though, eh? For food, it's really hard because like everyone loves food and especially sugary snacks. Like no one had so far. There's not been a bad sugary snack that I wouldn't eat. You know what I mean?
Try 'em all.
Or even Jimmy's explosive diarrhea. I'm on board with that. I'll try it.
Don't eat a handful, Martin. Just don't eat them all.
as a person who doesn't have children, and handing out your explosive diarrhea snacks to like say Stefan and Shayna want to give that to their kid one day, you're just gonna have parents cursing your name globally, right? Because
What kid wants coffee snacks? No kids are eating coffee snacks. Don't give
I
me
don't know,
that.
man. Kids nowadays, they
You
drink
think
that
so?
coffee young. Yeah.
Me and my daughter
Yeah,
eat
maybe
like
you're right.
jalapeno chips together, so she's into some weird
Yep.
shit.
All right, maybe. All right, fine. You got me there.
Yeah.
They still release it, Jimmy. I still like the
Oh, yeah.
product. You know?
Still get people to shit their pants.
Yeah. And I'm on board with that. Shitting your
Don't
pants is
not do
cool.
that.
If shitting your pants is cool, Jimmy is Miles Davis. Oh, Happy Gilmore. Oh no, Billy Madison. That was Billy
That's
Madison.
Bill Madison. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
consider me Miles Davis. All right, well, to kill some time here, because I want them to be a duo when they do this. Do you think she needs some more time? Because
Yeah, she's just like my mom couldn't get her down for a nap because the idea was to like let her nap at my mom's. So she brought her back and now she's gonna put her down. So
oh,
they're in the bedroom laying down right now. So
it's really adorable. Could you do it cold? Do you want to wait for it? Because I'm fine. Like Martin and me have a couple games here that we can play in between when shit like this happens. So,
yeah, whatever works, man.
yeah, you know what? Here, let me go grab my Blockbuster cards, and we'll play around with trivia to kill some time.
I was gonna fill up my water.
Jimmy playing Apex later?
Oh, almost definitely.
I think I'll be on later too. I gotta get something to eat after this though. I haven't eaten yet.
Me too.
Had a couple of the boozes. I'm back on the drinking, Jimmy. I'm back on the drinking.
And how do you feel?
I feel terrible. I need some McDonald's breakfast, and I was too hungover to get it this morning at 7 a.m.
That's what I went for.
Well, there's a coupon right now on the app, Jimmy. $4
Which-
for a combo, a McMuffin combo.
We don't have that.
On the app? Yeah, you do. Oh, no, it's different. Even province. It's different for the province. Yeah, it is different. For
Yeah,
the province.
yeah, it
You're
is,
right.
Martin.
Yeah, no, I should have known better.
You should have. I'm always waiting for that 2 for $5 bacon and egg McMuffin.
Dude, you still have the $2 game day deals for hockey when the Jets play?
No,
Dude, every time Vancouver plays, it's $2 for a Big Mac here.
oh, you piece of shit.
Yeah, no. It's pretty fucking awesome.
We had the Raptors 3 fries deal. Like if
That's
they hit
always
a
a good
certain
one.
amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12. It's
big
12,
fan.
12 3-pointers. You get a
Yeah.
free medium fries with the purchase of $1.
And they hug up a lot of threes.
Yep.
What are we talking about?
The McDonald's app.
Oh, have you used? Yeah, well, yeah, we know you use it.
I obviously always
Have
use
you
it.
used it?
Yeah. You know me.
Ah,
Okay. Okay.
So like we're gonna roll out here by like 4. So I don't know if we should wait
Oh,
for her.
yeah.
Oh, that's a better idea. So yeah, because wow, man, times are fucking
Yeah,
fly.
we got half an hour.
Yeah, then you are up, and that's fine. She can, you can be a proxy for her. I totally don't give a shit. So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest, Stefan, is going to introduce.
Yo. Okay. So here's my thing. I picked the movie Major League. And much like Martin, all my food is like venue specific, so it's not like baseball ballpark food. So you got to get it at the game. That's the whole thing, right? Because Major League most of it takes place at the stadium. So if you guys are familiar with the movie?
Yep.
Okay.
Wild Thing Vaughn, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So I came up with 4 snacks because I thought we were doing 4, but then Shannon told me we're doing 2. So I'll go through them really quickly.
Yeah, sure.
And then you can decipher which 2 that you want to let me know on. They're like bonus ones, I guess. So Roger Dorn is in the movie. He's like this Corbin Burnson, the late great Corbin Burnson. I don't even know if he's dead, but he plays Roger Dorn in the movie where he's like kind of like he's past his prime. He's like in the twilight of his career. Like he knows it's coming to an end, so he's like trying to wring everything out of it that he can. And he's kind of like cringe. He's kind of like still thinks he's like in the pocket in the prime, but like at the end of the day, he's just kind of like a utility player. So I figured that my snack for him would be just as lame as he is. And who the fuck wants to eat this at a baseball game? I selected Roger Dorn's roasted chickpeas. For the vegans.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Yeah. And
We're
they're
all
like,
appealing to the vegans today.
but they're not salted. They're unsalted because who the fuck wants to eat chickpeas at a baseball game anyway? So they're very bland, very boring, but if you ask Roger Dorn, they're the greatest snack of all time. They're like replacing Cracker Jack. Also, the second one that I have is this is one of the bonus ones that I picked. It's the Wild Things dirt bag. So Rick Vaughn is the ex-con who plays for the Indians in the game, or in the movie, I should say. It's just a taco in a bag. It's called a dirt bag. So, and there's one also. This is the other bonus one before I get to my final one, which is the one that you guys will be grading. They're called Serrano cookies for Pedro Serrano, and played by Dennis Haysbert, who's the All-State guy and like in a million different things. But they're called Serrano cookies, so they're double chocolate cookies. So the cookie's brown and the chocolate chips are brown, and it has a very inappropriate face on the cookie. So it's like the cookie is basically being a black face, because since when the fuck has Cleveland ever given a fuck about racist imagery?
Well played, sir.
So that's my third one. That's my bonus one, or you can rate that one. I don't care. And then the third one is a delicious dessert after you've eaten all of these things, like, the taco in a bag and the chickpeas and all that. Harry Doyle is in the movie. Is Bob Uecker. And it's called Harry Doyle's Dangler. It's a novelty sized gummy worm that comes in like a churro sleeve, like the paper churro sleeve.
Yeah.
And it has, again, just the tip hanging out. And then it says on the package, it says just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. I
There you go.
love it.
Harry Doyle's dangler
Oh,
to seal her off.
I was okay. I'll go first. As I was scrolling through this, I was like, "Oh my god, there's Tom Berenger who's in this." James Garvin plays Lou Brown, the catcher. Wesley Snipes, Willie Mays Hayes, Rene Russo. Like this is one of those like Shauna loves this movie, Stefan.
Huge sports
Yeah.
movie.
It's a huge sports movie that doesn't get enough credit.
You know what's funny? I was talking to somebody, and I think baseball might have the best series of movies to go along with the sport.
Sandlot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for love of the game.
Yeah.
Bull Durham, Field of
Yeah.
The
Dreams.
Natural.
Angels.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rookie of
There's
the
just
year.
so many. I think baseball has the best movies for any sport.
I'd
But,
agree.
I feel like all of those are very applicable to being in the ballpark for the full baseball experience.
Yeah.
So that was my
Yeah.
that's how I curated my collection.
Dude,
Oh
that's
yeah.
solid. Like I just love the Bob Euchre. I was like, is he going to include the announcer? Is he going to include the guy who's drinking?
Oh yeah.
Giving everybody shit. Like he's such a great side pocket character that like he's a
He
character.
does. He has like the Harry Carey head bobble because he's drunk in the second one.
Oh, Harry Carey.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I loved the dangler the best. I love the Dick inspired, like the euphemism there is great. Yeah, fuck.
He's such a scumbag.
Like since when have they ever given a shit about racist imagery? That's well played. Fuck yeah. Martin, what about you?
I really like. I liked how you said you brought it into the ballpark. All these snacks are some things that you could enjoy at a ballpark. Which is what I love the names of the snacks. All the snacks. It's something I could see myself eating at a ballpark, which is what I'm going to say. The one thing I did want to see though was what you just mentioned it though, the Bob Euchre when he was getting drunk. I wish you would have went with the alcohol aspect of that and made it an 18 plus. Maybe make it like a tequila inside the worm.
Martin's
make it like a
drinking
tequila
again.
worm. Yeah, I'm drinking again.
Is that what you really want, Martin?
Yeah, that's what I want. I want like tequila inside, like a tequila juice inside the worm, and then it make it like because it gets you drunk, right? So I mean, it's like the Bob Euchre kind of tequila worm. But other than that, like, good job.
Yeah. No, you really you get what we're trying to accomplish here. you know how to wrap it in and propose it in a way that works. So
Are we having an Oprah moment right now?
What was that?
Are we having an Oprah moment?
We are.
You get a Bob Euchre gummy worm. You get a Bob Euchre gummy worm.
Jimmy, close us out so we can vote and get this man on with his life.
Yeah, I think it was excellent. I love themes. Everybody loves themes. Like I'll just say I could see myself eating many a dirt bag. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love taco in a bag. Who doesn't love that?
Yeah.
Like taco in a bag's so fucking good.
That's just good stadium food.
When you go to the carnival too, or whatever, or the X, taco in a fucking bag, man.
It's going to be a tough vote this week.
Yep.
I honestly have a problem with where this is going because I really wanted to vote for diarrhea. I really did.
Me too. I still do too. Part of me does.
You still can. Still can.
Okay, so the easiest way we do this here, Stefan, is we bring up the chat in the Zoom group. You type in your answer. Don't hit enter until I say yes, because I normally fuck this up. So pick the name of the person you think should deserve a win that means absolutely nothing outside of these four walls, a win that you can only gloat with each other, a win that does matter at the end of the year because eventually I will get a fucking trophy now that I have a room to put it in. Your vote does carry some weight around this show. To us, it means a lot. So type in the name. We will hold
the screen name or the real name?
The real name of the person, not who they've been playing this week. So,
Or just say the movie.
Or the movie. Yeah, that too. Yeah, that also works. Let's go. Yeah, let's go with movie this week. I like movies. So,
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too. Jimmy, you good?
Oh yeah.
I know the poses from Herb Abrams over there are. He's ready. He's ready to see this shit go. Okay. All right. The traditional 3, 2, 1. Boom. Holy shit.
Oh, it's a
Major
clean
League.
sweep. It's a clean sweep.
Congratulations, Stefan. I wish Shayna could be here with you to enjoy this because, like I said,
Ooh, what is that coming out there?
what is that?
It's just water. It's my saline spray for my nose problem.
Well done, sir. I will tell you, it's exactly what you walked in here and you were like, I know how to do this fucking shit. So whether or not it's never right or wrong. It's never true or not. It's your interpretation. So interpreting my skills, my list is impressive enough. So the fact that you knew how to blend it in, you brought the ballpark to it. Like Martin was my second pick in that regard, where he incorporated the environment to the snack, where me and Jimmy more or less were like, let's just take from the movie and make a product that makes kids fat. And
don't give up on those. Don't give up on those products.
No, I'm not.
I'd still eat them.
Yeah, no, we're going into a Kickstarter after this. We're gonna
Give me diarrhea.
Wall licorice.
right.
Diarrhea
And wall licorice now.
Yeah.
I was torn between Martin and Jimmy because Jimmy's balls to the wall mentality of just deciding that diarrhea was an arguing point. Like that really, I was like, that takes some big cojones to.
You got to take the bad and you got to make it good.
Good, yeah. You did. So, but there's my reasoning why. Martin, before we let him go, anything you want to say?
No, good picks. I mean, everyone did really well in their food this week. I just the little extra was bring it to the environment for me. Like that's what Stefan did really well, was that little step more. That's
why I picked Reservoir Dogs. Same reason.
Right? Pirate sees a pirate, or in this case, Mr. Pink sees Mr. Brown. I don't know.
I should have made a Mr. Brown diarrhea stack.
Jimmy's Mr.
I would have done it. Martin.
You could license your product to him, and then you both make money.
Jimmy, what's your final take and credit?
I think Major League was just a perfect movie to pick for this. Everybody likes ballpark food. Every single person. You could take it and there's just something about going to the game and having the whole experience, right? Because who sits and watches the whole game? Psychopaths. That's who. You got to get up. You got to eat. You got to move around. And I think you made some pretty good snacks to eat at a ballpark.
Thanks.
You definitely did. And I'm happy to actually now add a spot for guests because I have a little scoreboard in here now that we're keeping a tally for. So it's guests versus cast. So we'll have who won the most episodes, if our guests did or if our cast members did, as well out of all of our cast members who won the most episodes. So it might be a tie.
And fun thing, Michael, if the guests beat any of the main cast, the loser on the main cast will be horsewhipped.
with his licorice, with Spider-Man sticky licorice.
I'll be throwing ropes on that horse's ass.
Oh. Oh God.
Oh, I just imagine that Mr. Hands video. When you said
all right, let's close this bitch down. Stefan, what's your @handle on Instagram?
@handle Stefan Richard FM on the Instagram, and then I'm just Stefan Richard on Facebook.
And thank you for, I know you're up at the crack of dawn, so thank you for taking time on your day off to
yeah, dog, absolutely. For you guys, I would.
This is super solid of you, and extend all of our thank you to Shanna as well. And
yeah, oh well, she's just playing with the baby.
Yeah, no, whatever, it is what it is, man. It's life. What was I gonna say? So, and then for Eversnack, how do people find that on Instagram?
At @ever_snack_.
Hit that shit. I love it.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like a real conversation about something we all love, and it's super simple. And like they said, it's the smartest idea for $1.50 you could ever come up with. And I love it. The show as itself, as we've said before, we'll say again, we don't have much going on outside of the show itself. So just follow us online. realdebaters@gmail.com is how you contact us for emails. realdebaters.ca is our website. That's where you can find shit, donate shit, buy shit, buy skateboards, right, Jimmy?
Buy all the skateboards. We still have so many.
Yeah, I know. We keep saying it. Bob came up with the idea. If you buy a skateboard deck, doesn't matter who it's for. I just need to see proof of purchase. Email therealdebaters@gmail.com. We'll let you pick an episode, and we'll forcefully abide by whatever you say within reason. within respect to, our not being canceled, we'll do it. So that is something to all you skateboard fans you can look forward to. realdebaters.ca and at realdebaters@gmail.com is how you follow us online. Watch all of our shit. We have video now where me and Martin have put up our reviews of our stuff. Jimmy's going to be throwing one at us. Stefan and you and Jenna are more than welcome to send me a 3-minute review of the fucking leaving me right now. Dark Side of the Ring. Send me something.
Yeah.
And we'll post it. It's for everybody. It's for how people, what they're watching, why they're watching, and why they like it. So you can follow that. Our real quicks are on our social media. As I mentioned before, I have been playing Chip from Flaked. Who have you been, Jimmy?
The Punisher's horribly recently killed family.
Martin, who have you been this week?
I have been the last Blockbuster Video in Bend, Oregon.
And Stefan, who have you been playing?
I've been playing Herb Abrams, who is the long failed promoter of the Universal Wrestling Federation, who died covered in cocaine and baby oil and a Speedo.
Ooh,
Wow.
what a way to go.
I can't wait to get a better outro. Thank you so much.
Hey, guys, one more thing. I'm sorry I put my ass on Shayna's head.
No, that's don't apologize to us. Apologize to her.
She don't care.
She don't. I don't care at all, man. It was this was a blast. Thank you so much again, man.
Thanks, man. You guys are the best.
Good stuff.
You're awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, watch all them fucking movies. Doesn't matter what it is. Watch a fucking movie. We are